Hey everyone, um, my name is Miss Chance and I am going to be your AMP1 lecture instructor. Um, I will, as you can tell, I'm at home right now. Um, I did not have time last week to record this, so I'm doing this on Sunday night. Hopefully my 10-month-old will stay asleep. If not, you may see my husband jump up over there and go try to take care of her. Um, But what I want to do today is to go over the first day handout. That's what we would typically do on the first day anyway. So I want to go over that. I'm showing my face now because for the most part of the semester, you're going to see me in a mask, so you may not really know what I look like unless you happen to see me maybe in the parking lot or something. But anyway, I just wanted to go over first day handouts, go over the rules, things I expect, schedules, that kind of thing. And probably what I'm going to do is I will have a quiz for y'all to take, probably be like a more like a survey. I typically on the first day get students to sign a contract, and that's how I tell that you were in class that day. But since we're doing class virtually today, then what I would like to do is give y'all a quiz, and it's basically going to cover the high points of the first day handout. So just make sure that anything that I skip today or tonight, that you make sure that you read the first day handout in its entirety, read all of it, make sure you understand all of it. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to share my screen, and y'all, this is the first time I've ever done this, so y'all just bear with me. I'm learning as I go, and I know this semester is going to be a little bit different, a lot different for me anyway. Let's see. Now let me do it. There it goes. Okay. I'll move my head out of the way. All right. So let me go back to the top. All right, so I'm going to post this on Canvas where y'all can actually access it, and I will also post it to where y'all can print a copy if you want to print a copy. I'm not going to require you to print one, but if you're like me, I like having the paper copy to look at, highlight stuff on, and really just keep in my notebook so that I have something to go back and look at if I need to. All right, so like I said, I haven't done this before, so I'm going to try to do the best. I might just play around with some of these buttons to kind of see what some of these do. Let's see. Okay, so as I said, this is an AMP1 lecture, and my name is Miss Chance. My office is in Rush Hall. It's room 114. Now, I will say, as you can see right here, we are not going to be having office hours this semester, and that is because of the virus. They want us to have as little contact with others as possible. So you can use Canvas Inbox. I will check that all throughout the day. I have it on my phone, so I can check it as long as my phone is not acting up, then I can check that. And then I also have a Google Voice number. You can actually just go to your regular text messages, I believe, and just type in this number. And that will actually send me a text message. It comes straight to my phone right then at that instant, and I will answer that. Now, only please use that number between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. As I said earlier, I have a 10-month-old, and typically after 8 o'clock, I'm trying to get her down for bed and all that stuff. So, and before 8 a.m., she's usually still asleep. And if not, we're getting ready for daycare and all that stuff. So, so I would just ask, if you're going to use that number, please just between 8 and 8. Now, if I'm in class, obviously I can't answer that right then, but I will answer it as soon as I can. If I'm off campus and I might be busy, then like I said, I'll answer it as quick as I can. But it does come straight to my phone. Now, with Canvas Inbox, I have the app on my phone, but I don't have my notifications turned on. So that one may take me a little bit longer to get back to you. I typically tell students, if it's something that you can wait for an answer, use Canvas Inbox. If it's something that's kind of an emergency and you need an answer right then use the Google Voice, since it does come straight to me. Now, the text for this class, you will actually have an ebook. They keep changing the cover. This is the cover that may show up, and then sometimes they just do kind of a generic, well, it doesn't even have a picture on it really, page, but you should make sure that when you look at your ebooks on Red Shelf on Canvas, that you go to Human Anatomy and Physiology, and it's by Merib, and it should be the 11th edition. So it should look like that, but if it doesn't, just look for that information in that top line right there. It says that it's imperative that you own a personal copy. Again, this is an ebook course, so that is your personal copy. So what you're going to want to make sure that you do is that you go to Canvas and you click on Red Shelf, and I will show you some stuff about Canvas as well today. I only have 40 minutes, so I'm going to do this as quick as I can, and if I run out of time, I may have to do another Zoom and post both of those. But anyway, so you want to use that. Now, because it's an ebook course, you will automatically have access to what's called Mastering. Mastering AMP is a homework site where I will send you to do some online homework. There you will also have access to this interactive physiology. You'll have, it's a study area, and you'll basically have access to lots of different stuff, some animations that may help you with some of the content. There's games that you can play to help you study, that kind of stuff. Now, I may actually do a separate Zoom on how to log in and sign up for Mastering, since I can't really be in class to show you guys, and even when we are in class, we're not really supposed to have close contact. So what I will probably do is a separate Zoom, and I will call it Mastering login instructions or something like that, so that you can see what exactly to do. It is going to be a little different on my screen because I'm an instructor, and so I don't have to go through the same steps that y'all do, but I will show y'all. I actually do not have it set up yet, but hopefully by the end of this week I will. They kept changing stuff last week on us, and so I typically have my whole class ready to go first day of class, but this semester has just been kind of crazy, and they were just kind of, everybody's just kind of day by day. We're trying to see how it goes. So I didn't set anything up because some of my classes were getting canceled, moved around, that kind of stuff, and so I just decided to wait until I knew which ones were going to meet and when and where, before I decided to set all that stuff up. So I will have Mastering set up hopefully by the end of this week. And then, like I said, once I get it set up, I will do a Zoom to show you how to get logged in, set up, all that good stuff, okay? One thing I do want to mention right here, lecture and lab are separate classes. When you are in day classes like this, they are separate classes, you get separate grades. So you have Mastering for both classes. That means to access Mastering for lecture, you need to click on your lecture class through Canvas, and for lab, you need to click on your lab class through Canvas. And you will have different assignments for each of those classes, okay? Again, this is an ebook course, and you will access your ebook through Red Shelf. And you will need that ebook for the open book exam, which is it's exam 6, so it's the exam right before the final. But I would get familiar with it. That way you're not trying to learn how to use an ebook whenever you get ready to take that last exam. And I'll tell you more about that exam later. But I would at least go ahead and get it set up so that you can look at it. Here are your student learning outcomes. I'll let you read those. Attendance policy. Now, I do want you to read all of this, but I'm not going to. You have 4 classes that you can miss, and that's excused or not. So whether it's an excused absence or whether it's an unexcused absence, you still only get 4. On your 5th absence, you will be dropped. And typically, I don't readmit students unless you have extenuating circumstances, and then we'll talk about it, and then I will decide and let you know if I agree to readmit you or not. On Wednesday, when y'all come to class, I am going to make a seating chart. That seating chart will be how I check roll every day. And you will need to sit in the same seat, because if for some reason someone in our class gets the virus, they have to be able to do contact tracing, which means they need to know where everybody in the room was at all times. So like I said, I will make a seating chart Wednesday when we get there. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm going to scroll back up real quick. Typically, my classes meet in Rush Hall, which is where my office also is. However, because of social distancing, they had to move us to McCain Theater. McCain Theater is in, I tell you what, I'm going to add this. It is in Ivy Hall, okay? So you will want to make sure, Ivy Hall is that main building in front of the flagpoles. If you are looking at the main doors behind the flagpoles, there's a door to your right and a door to your left. If you go in the door to your left, McCain Theater is going to be right in that door, okay? You'll see the Academic Affairs office on the right, and McCain Theater will be on the left when you walk in that door, okay? All right, so I'm going to go back down here where I was. All right, if you're dropped for any reason, if I agree to readmit you, and you may not request to drop again. That means you'll just receive the grade that you have in class. Tardies and leaving early. Now, I will say, we were told the other day, due to our class size, we should not need the balcony of McCain Theater. So I want everyone sitting in the bottom half. I want everyone sitting on the lower half. As you can see right here, there will be stickers placed on the seats where you can actually sit. So you only need to sit in a seat that has this sticker that says, please sit here. And that is social distancing rules, and that's why we have to do that. Please be on time. Typically in Rush Hall, I can kind of, as I get to know you guys and I get to kind of know my seating chart and stuff, I can kind of, when certain students come in, McCain Theater is huge, and I don't know that I will be able to do that. So if you come in late, please, after class, let me know that. While I'm thinking of it, I am going to ask that if you have a question after class, you can just remain in your seat. Don't come up to my desk or up to the front, because like I said, we're supposed to maintain social distancing. And then I will, after kind of everybody's cleared out that doesn't have a question, then I'll let you move a little bit closer, so that we can maintain social distancing, and then you can ask me your question from there if you just absolutely have to. I would prefer that you guys ask me questions through Canvas inbox or through the text message. And if we have to, we can do a Zoom session together. I can show you stuff like that. If you need help with stuff, I can Zoom with you. So don't think that you won't get the face-to-face stuff. Like I said, if you need to meet with me, we can do this right here. I can Zoom with you guys, and we can go over whatever information you need to. But I just ask that you please don't come up to my desk. You will probably see when we meet Wednesday, I am pregnant. I'm about halfway there now. And as I said, I have a 10-month-old. I also have parents who are older. My dad just had surgery, and so we are trying to keep everybody healthy. And I want to keep you guys healthy too. So that's why I really want us to kind of keep our distance from each other, and use other ways to communicate if possible, okay? Let's see. Everything I added in red are things that I don't typically have on my first day handout. And so, again, the seating I went over, just make sure you sit in a seat that has this sticker. Mask, you have to wear a mask if you are inside an MCC building at all times. That is not my rule, that is MCC's rule, and so I expect everyone to abide by it. I will have to wear one as well. And I assure you, breathing while pregnant with a mask on is not easy, but I will do it if it keeps you safe and it keeps me safe and my baby safe, okay? So please wear your mask. If you are outside of a building, but you are within 6 feet of someone, then you should also have a mask on. So please make sure that you have your mask with you at all times. Let's see, I think y'all are my first class of the day. And so we will have some stuff to hand out to you guys. Your mask should be covering your nose and your mouth. Okay, so none right here, none on your chin, none just on your nose. Okay, nose and mouth. That's how you should wear it. Okay. At the beginning of class, you will be given 2 sanitizing wipes. You will wipe your seat down when class starts, and then at the end of class, you will take the second one and you will wipe it down again. And then on your way out, you will just discard both in the garbage can. Hand sanitizer should be found in the classrooms and then also in the hallways. So just use it as often as possible. If you have your own hand sanitizer, that's great too. I have mine hooked to everything I have. So, and then wash your hands as often as you can. All right, no guests, including children, should be brought to class. That's an MCC rule. It's more of a liability thing. If you do type me an email, then please just make sure that you use correct English as best you can. If it's really poorly written and I can't read it, then I will just wait maybe till I see you, or I will ask you to please try to explain it again or something like that. But if you want a quick answer, then please make sure that I can understand what you're saying. All right, classroom behavior. I'll let y'all wear that. My biggest one's no horseplay, no talking, and it's going to be pretty hard to talk when you're 6 feet away from everybody else, but that doesn't mean talk louder just so you can talk to your friends, okay? Electronic devices. I will ask that you bring an electronic device like your cell phone, an iPad. If you have a laptop and you want to keep that with you, that's fine. Because there will be times that we do stuff in class and you will need that. So please just have those available. But I should not see you using them unless they are being used for ebook purposes, class purposes, things that I tell you to use it for. Okay, obviously y'all know not to cheat. I don't have to tell you that. Other institutional policies, I'm actually not going to go over those in this one because I don't have time, but I am going to post a PowerPoint in Canvas that will go through all of those institutional policies that MCC has. And then you can also find those on EagleNet as well. All right, your class notes will be found on Canvas. And I will show you how to get through that. Like I said, I may have to do a second Zoom so that y'all can, I can go through a little bit more information. But once you get to Canvas, you'll go to your modules button once it becomes available. Now I will say on Monday, it is not going to be available. So you're gonna want to, when you come back, I don't know when they'll tell us to do it, maybe Wednesday, I'm not sure, or maybe after Monday. But you'll want to go back and look, and you'll see the modules button on the left side, and that is where you will go to access all of your class stuff. Let's see. Typically, what I do, I have what's called screencasts, which are actually my lectures that I've already recorded, and I have fill in the blank notes. So I typically ask you guys to go on Canvas, print your notes out, watch the screencast, and fill your notes in before you come to class. And what that does is that gives us a little bit more time in class to do stuff, review over stuff, cover stuff that's harder for students to typically understand, and even closer to test time, play games and things like that to help y'all review. But now if everyone is not doing their part, then we may not have time for all this stuff. Notice there will be no drops after November 4th. So the last day for a W is November the 4th. I grade on a 10-point scale, as you can see here. I do not give makeup tests, but I do drop your lowest test score. So please take all exams on time. This year we are actually, if you were at MCC before now, last spring and this past summer we used what's called Proctor U for students to take proctored test, and it was a nightmare. So we have switched to something called Honor Lock. So if you are a previous MCC student, you used Proctor U, we are not using that anymore. We're going to use this new system called Honor Lock, and so you will see a button on the left side again once everything is open on the class, but it will say Honor Lock, and that is how you will go to take your test. Now, in the past, students typically had to schedule appointments ahead of time, well ahead of time, to be able to take your test. With Honor Lock, it's actually, you can, if you're sitting here and you say, you know what, I'm ready to take my test, I need to take it right now, you can log in, click on Honor Lock, and you can take your test. So you can do it a lot quicker. You don't have to have appointments, which is awesome, I think. And so we will talk more about Honor Lock a little bit later, but I just wanted to mention that. So you have 5 exams. Tests 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be proctored. They will be given through Honor Lock. Test 6, I'm going to scroll right here. Your last regular exam is an open book exam, covers chapters 5, 14, and 15. And this semester, I actually chose to make it a non-proctor test, which means you can take it whenever, wherever. It will open October the 5th, and it will close November the 16th. So you just need to take it sometime between those dates. And then you won't have to schedule that test or anything, and you won't have to use Honor Lock for test 6. Mastering, I already mentioned, that's the homework site that you'll need to do your homework, your online homework. Pod quizzes, I typically give you, I try to do them during class, but there are times where we're short on time, and so I assign those outside of class. But you can work together on those. It's just that each student will need to take their own quiz, so it's not going to be like a group quiz. Each student will log into their own Canvas. They will take their own quiz and get their own grade, but you can sit and collaborate with other students, chit-chat over Google Hangout or whatever y'all want to do during this crazy time. But that is why I call them a pod quiz. That is because you can work in groups. Okay, you can work together on them, and I don't mind if you do that. Let's see. This is the part where I said that I would want you to have a device in class, because if I do decide to give you a pod quiz during class, you would need something to be able to take that quiz. If we run out of time, then I will assign it outside of class. All right, final exam. Your final exam is comprehensive, and it will cover chapters 1 through 15. There will be a partial common final at the beginning, and there's a review actually on Canvas for every single exam, and every single one of those reviews is for bonus points. Now, what you would do is you would do the review, and when you're done, you come back and you take the quiz, and the quiz is what gives you your bonus points. And so again, I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go. We may have to go over some of that on Wednesday. If you have questions about Honor Lock, please contact eLearning at this number right here, 484-8669. I can't help you with Honor Lock. I barely know anything about it. We just had our session on Friday. So if you have questions, then contact eLearning. If you're having computer issues or anything like that, you would need to contact eLearning. Now, obviously, if it's midnight, they're not going to be there, okay? But you would want to just wait till they open up the next school day. I'm not going to read all this stuff in bold, but you can go through and read that. It is about grades, so you do need to go read it, but because of time, I'm not going to. This is your schedule basically right here. Notice that it shows you basically all your exams 1 through 5 are proctored on Honor Lock. Test 6 is non-proctored. Test 7, that is your final exam, it is proctored also on Honor Lock. So this is how I typically do tests. I will open them on a certain day and they will close 3 days later. So you basically have a 3-day window to take your test. 31st, 1st, and 2nd. Okay, that's for test 1. On test 2, it will open on September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. On the 23rd, it will close. So you have that 3-day window. Anytime during those times, you can take your test. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have everything submitted by 11:59 p.m. on these second dates out here. Okay. Open book test, like I said, is non-proctored. It will open on October 5th, which is right around midterms, and then I will give you till November 16th to take that test. Most students wait till last minute to take it, which is fine, but for those who like to work ahead or get extra time, I do open it a little bit early so y'all can take it early. And then again, your final. Now, finals are a little different this year. Typically, they have a schedule. You have to take it on this day if you meet Monday, Wednesday at whatever time. But this year, they're basically giving you a 4-day window, which is November 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday. And you need to then take your test any of those days, but Monday, November 23rd at 11:59 p.m. it has to be submitted. That is the absolute last second that you can submit your test, not start your test. It needs to be submitted by then. Typically, they tell us to give 2 hours for the final, but I think because of everything going on, they may have changed it to an hour. I will give you guys a little bit more info on that as I find out later in the semester. But it will be proctored, also given through Honor Lock. Okay. All right. Test reviews are located on Canvas, as I said. Most of this stuff we've already been through, so I'm not going to read back over all of this. I will let you go through and read this. Look here, what's in red for the open book test. The exam questions for this test are verbatim what your mastering questions are. So do your mastering questions first, and then you really shouldn't have to use your book to take your test. Now, I will say on the open book test, you are not going to be allowed to, like, just say have your phone with you to use your ebook on your phone. So what you will actually have to do is open a second tab on like Google Chrome, because that is what we suggest to use for Canvas. You will want to open a second tab on Google Chrome. One tab will have your test in it, and then one tab would have your ebook, and then you can toggle back and forth between the two. So I will have that in the directions so that it should know that you're able to do that. Okay. Please check announcements often, especially this semester. I don't really know how crazy this is going to be, so I may be sending announcements all the time. Typically don't send a lot of them, but I don't know about this semester. The only holiday that we have this semester is Monday, September 7th, that's Labor Day. Wednesday through Friday, November 25th or 27th is actually Thanksgiving break, but your finals are actually due the Monday before that. So Monday, November 23rd, your final is due. November 24th is like a makeup day. I think it's also a day that we can work on grades and stuff. But then you will be done November 23rd. Okay, that is your last day. Information for e-learning lab. I just put this info here if you need it. Proctored exams. We've pretty much talked about all this as well. Any unforeseen class cancellations will be posted with a note on the door before lecture begins. I usually will try to also put an announcement on Canvas. I try not to cancel class, but with babies, you just never know. I know last year when she started daycare, she was sick the whole first 3 months that she was there, and then we came home because of the virus. Like I said, I try not to miss class, but if I do, I'll post that on announcements on Canvas. If I decide to give you an alternate assignment, I will let you know. It will be the beginning of the next class that you would need to turn that in. Now, it says instructor will be available. Let's see. I'm going to change this to say instructor will not have office hours this semester. Okay. There will be a couple of times that I am on campus. Typically, if I have a back-to-back class, I don't leave. I won't have time, so I might be in my office. I will ask that if you happen to come to my office to see me, do not just barge in. Okay, even if my door is open, stand outside the door, and we can talk from there because my desk faces the door, so I can see you. We can chit chat if you need to, if you have a question. But please don't come into my office. Because we want to stay safe. Rest of the stuff you can read. This first day handout is tentative, so some of this can change, especially with this virus going on. We just don't know what's going to happen. So just know, be flexible this semester. Now, I mentioned a quiz. I will probably take something about this page right here. This is typically the contract I get you guys to sign. Whoops, wrong way. And then fill out the student info sheet. But what I will probably do, instead of y'all actually filling that out, I will actually probably go on Canvas and make a quiz. And that is what I will get you guys to submit to me to let me know that you've read that. The student info stuff is really just for emergencies. If I need to get a hold of you outside of class, a lot of times the phone numbers that are listed on EagleNet stuff are not accurate. So it's just a way if something happens, I can get in touch with you if I need to. I've had students in the past not show up for final exams, and when I called them, they're like, oh my gosh, I thought it was tomorrow, or I thought it was at a different time. And so that's just really for me to use if I need you. Okay, I typically never have to though. So like I said, just be looking on Canvas for a quiz about your first day handout. Okay. All right, now let me see if I can get back to my first screen. I don't really know what screen one is. Get this out of the way. Oops. Can't grab this. There we go. All right. I don't know how to make it bigger. Okay. Let me do. Whoa. Okay. I'm not really sure where I am on time, and it's not showing me. Let's see. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna stop it there because it's not showing me a clock, and they said that we only have 40 minutes to go through this, and so I don't want to get partway through this next part and it mess up. So I will just post this Zoom as like your first day handout Zoom, and then I may do a separate one real quick that goes over some stuff about Canvas, and I actually may wait and do that after Monday, after everything is showing, because y'all aren't going to be able to see any of this. The only things you're going to be able to see is home and announcements on Monday, so you're not going to be able to see anything else. So I'll do a separate one after all that's showing again. All right. If you have questions about the first handout, then please let me know, and I will be glad to answer any questions. And then you do have all of my contact information if you need it. Okay, I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday.